backstop a little bit to, in 1975, the Saudi Arabian government, using the oil money, went out to the Stanford Research Institute and says, we have a problem. Israel's viewed very positively. The Middle East and Islam is viewed very negatively. We need to change that and switch that around. So they paid $6.2 million to the Stanford Research Institute to give them a business plan, and their business plan has been implemented perfectly, and it involved three things. First of all, bring as many of your students from the Middle East, beginning in as soon as you can in the late 70s, 80s, bring them to our universities and begin to get graduate degrees, doctoral degrees, and do them in as many of the soft sciences as you can. International relations, business relations, religious studies. And for those of us who remember that period of time, we started to see Middle East studies students begin to flood the universities and have them write dissertations on the Crusades, about the plight of the Palestinians, begin to write research about how Israel controls the media and controls Wall Street, write about how wonderful Islam and Muslims are, and begin to criticize Western civilization and begin to chip away at dividing the Judeo-Christian nation that we are by taking away little things like the hyphen. You don't see the word Judeo-Christian written in our textbooks anymore, and there's a reason why that's the case. Divide Jews and Christians into different groups. The second thing was to begin to establish Middle East studies departments. In 1975, there were no Middle East studies department, but Stanford and many other universities, and now there are over 70 of those, began to receive millions of dollars from all the oil coming over here and establish sites and universities saying, now let's have Middle East studies department, and we'll bring who we want to come over and teach you about our version of Islam. And they began to do that, and many of these liberal universities were not going to turn away that money. And as soon as they start, and you had the Muslim Student Associations who had started here in 1963, so they already had a foothold. So those two things put something in place, and as they began to write those dissertations and those the master's thesis, what are textbooks made of? They're made of research and new research. And where's the most liberal place in the country? California. So they established 3 think tanks out there and to help funnel this technical information, this new history, into the social studies textbooks and to the publishers. And their job was to put it into the textbooks. And where's the best place to do that? In California. California is the largest purchaser of textbooks in the country. And by doing that, many other states, there are 28 states that have district by district, they're not being able to choose and get the publishers to create textbooks for them. They're having to pull something off the shelf. And many of them pulled the California textbooks off the shelf.
School curriculum, books for schools, 3 publishers left in America when there used to be dozens. And who owns it?
That's the heart of the whole thing. They are bought by Saudi dollars, and they are sitting behind the scenes. They're going like, why wait? Let's go after the student, the young children. So they want after the big houses, media houses, and they want after what's so-called Penguin Random House. Penguin Random House, you know, this is what they created. It came from 2 parts. One of them called Pearson, and the second one is right here. It's called Random House. They joined those together, and they established Penguin Random House. And this is how much money they have. And why they established is specifically to establish is American Common Core and put Islamization in the Common Core. This is the first big house to write. The second one is called McGraw-Hill, and the last one is Houghton Mifflin. And all of them today, they are writing Islamic books and infiltrating our civilization. But this is what they are teaching our children. Christian and Muslim worship the same God. It's not true. Islam teaches equality. It does not. Islam emphasizes fairness and justice, a human affair to all believers, yes, by the sword. Islam is tolerant and embraces Jews and Christian belief and practices. That is not true. Muhammad and Jesus were, all, both of them prophet. They never have any direction, any interaction with God. So therefore they are, if Jesus said he is Son of God, it's a lie. So they are converting our children to what the new God is all about, universalism. And Allah is the only God to worship. That's what they teach in our children. Sharia law is good for women and gives them equal right. Yes. Over 50,000 women lost their head in that fairness last year. Islam is peaceful religion. It is not peaceful religion. Muhammad was a good man and brought people together, protected the women and the children. Yes, after they killed their husband, he took their wives as concubine and sold the rest as slaves. we got to talk about the truth. Why we need to talk about the truth? Because we owe it to this nation. We owe it to the sons. That's what my citizenship, and that's how I activated my citizenship, by telling the truth and what I came to do. And this is what I'm doing today. I wash your feet with the truth, and now we got to give it to everybody else. Mountain of education. Gulen. Gulen, his name is Fathullah Gulen. What does Gulen mean? It means the beast. He is coming to America, and he's opening Islamic schools, and he opened over charter school specifically. They are charter school to teach everything that America is failing for free. Give me your children, I will change your children for you. And what is it? They bring in all Turkish professors and what so have you, and they are increasing all over the United States of America, including your states right here. And these, you pay $150 million each state to equip, charter schools. Common Core. What is Common Core? Common Core is an education for the New World Order. Is to universalize the whole world. And what we see who is sitting on this, it's the Bushes, the Romneys, the Microsoft people, the Gates, and also the Clintons are sitting on it. The sons of Gaddafi are sitting on it. They're all of them in unholy alliances together. The Kuwaiti, the Saudis, and the Bahrainis, all of them working together to change the American course little by little, that our children will wake up someday and America will never be the same again, because the church evacuated the place and now hell is loose on earth in America.
Or if a teacher who is concerned, as a teacher down in Houston did, he put out some great information, accurate information. He actually got it off of liberal websites and presented it, and CARE came out and immediately called for his resignation, and within 24 hours, the school had terminated. Mayor Beth Van Dyne right here took a whipping over the clock boy because of what she did here, and she stood her ground and did a great fight. Plano, many other places around the state, teachers who have done the right thing, who have talked about Islam in the proper way, accurately, by telling the truth,